What is up, chat and friends? How y'all doing? Oh goodness, what is today even? Is it Wednesday? Holy cow, today's Wednesday. When did that happen? Oh goodness, how's it going everyone? Hope you're all doing quite well. Let's get some oil in the horn before we start here. Today is hopefully going to be a lot of fun. I've been talking to the school about registering for classes and getting in for auditions and stuff, so that is still TBD as far as when that's going to actually happen. Berkamandin, what's going on, friend? How you doing? Good to see you. Anyways, so the etudes that I'm going to try and work on a little bit today are the pieces. So some etudes from Kopprasch. It's a if you ever played horn or if you know a horn player, they know the Kopprasch. It's kind of what everyone works on at some point in their playing career. And I haven't been giving them nearly as much attention as I should have. So if I'm going to eventually, sooner rather than later, start taking classes with an actual teacher, they're probably going to start me on Kopprasch, so we might as well practice them now, and then we can maybe get, maybe test out of a few when we start and demonstrate that we're like super cool Kopprasch players. But yeah, that'll be a little bit, and then also going back to my college days, I also feel like playing some Saint-Saëns. Morceau de concert is a piece that I did for my freshman first semester jury, just the first movement, and it's really fun. It's a little theme and variations as well, but it's got some fun stuff. Anyways, so I think that's the game plan. And then if we have time, I've got the Mozarts here because that's always going to be something worth working on. But anyways, we need to do scales. So let's see. We've done Lydians recently. Yesterday, I think we did majors and natural minors. Let's maybe do a Dorian or something. Starting on scale degree 2. So for example, C is a B flat key signature, which means it's got a lowered third and a lowered seventh. 6 is not. Lowered 3 and 7 of the key for Dorians. Cool. Let's try it. Here we go. Oh, jeez. Always have a rag, chat. Otherwise, you're gross. That's not really true, but kind of. Anyways, Dorian scales. Let's do E flat and B flat, A natural. Cool. B's then have E flats, no, D naturals, and B flats. Right? No, A naturals. A naturals and D naturals. Yes. What a weird scale. B flat then has A flats and D flats because 3 and 7 are flat. A has G natural, F sharp, C natural. Yes. I think that was right. A flat has C flat, G flat, F natural. Okay, and then G has F natural, E natural, just B flat. Yes. And then F sharps have E natural, E natural, and D sharps. D sharps, E natural, A natural. Whew! That's a weird sounding scale. It always sounds wrong to my ear. But I guess I just don't know them that well. So then we're on Fs. Ah! Oh my goodness. Come on. Come on. Fs then have A flats, E flats. McName! What's going on, friend? How you doing? Thanks for stopping by. How are you? Hope you're having a wonderful Wednesday. We're just going through Dorian scales, trying to figure out, get those under my fingers. Because, you know, majors, minors, melodic, harmonic, naturals, we're kind of good on those. We're mixing it up with some modes. This is a French horn, is what it's called. It's a really fun brass instrument. It's got one of the smallest mouthpieces of all the brass, and it's got a crazy fun sound and range. It's a really fun one. Lucifer over on Twitch, what's going on, friend? Good to see ya. Fs. We're doing F Dorian scales. So this is going to be, you're about to see the range, the wild, wild range of this thing. Which is just so fun to be able to go from literally like pedal notes, bass clef, tuba, like trombone, euphonium notes, up to, you know, the super high range above the staff, and keep the warm, rich timbre throughout, and just, you know, it's just such a fun, unique, and beautiful sound, you know. E Dorian. Yes, that's my dog. He's just chilling. His name is Pax. He likes to hang out between the pillows is his favorite. Sorry, the camera's doing. Between the pillows is his favorite spot. He's turning 13 in March, so he's my little old man. He likes to take a nap while I practice. So E is going to have G natural, D natural, and C sharps. That's going to be a fun scale. That was right. I thought I got for some reason I thought, no, G natural was not the correct note in that, because it's an E scale, and normally I would be right. But E flats have G flats, D flats. Yes. Cool. So that's E flat. D has F natural, C natural, B natural. D is a good one because it's the all natural Dorian scale. D's easy. Hell yeah. D actually kind of sounds. I don't know if it made its way to the mic. It actually is kind of making it to the mic. Yo! Already practiced 10 minutes. It's going to be a quick 2 hours. It's always a quick 2 hours, honestly, because first off, time flies when you're having fun. But yeah, the first 20, 30 minutes of practice time is usually about the same. Scale studies, there's some flexibility, natural horn, lip trill like exercises that I like to do to gear up for the stuff. And then at about 30 to 45 minutes of practice, then we'll move on to etudes, solo pieces, orchestral excerpts, stuff like that. So it really does, it goes by pretty quick. Because there's a lot we got to cover, you know, and it's a lot of fun. So it's the whole, you know, we're already 12 minutes in and we haven't even done anything. It's like, oh geez. D flats have F flats, C flats, and B1 flats. Not a double flat. A D flat minor, natural minor scale normally has a B double flat, but it's a B single flat, C flat, and F flat. That's a fun scale. D flat's not going to go, not sound down there quite just yet. And then we go back to C. Excellent. C's we know. C's get degrees. That's damn true. That C down there is going to happen one day. One of these days. But I'm afraid it's not today. Okay. Let's move to flexibility exercises. No. I'm wrong. Let's do natural horn, yes. First. Natural horn being the harmonic series on the French horn, which makes it unique to other instruments, which is it requires a bit of a intermediate level understanding of music theory. But it's basically the harmonics. The French horn sits an octave higher than most brass instruments, so the pitches are close together, meaning that we get to do stuff like this all without changing any buttons, and it's really fun. So. Whew! We're getting there, and then it's fun because you get to do open, and then you get to do on the B flat side, and you get to do basically like up, 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 up. So all of these are different keys, different horns that you would do. So we just did horn in E, the harmonic series. So now we're doing the horn in F harmonic series. Then we'll be doing horn in F sharp harmonic series, horn in G harmonic series, etc., etc. It's a really fun instrument, and it's a good little full circle thing on music theory. When you learn it, it's like, oh, that's why these things are all, it's locking into place sort of a thing. It's really cool. That being horn in G. Then we go to horn in A flat. That was horn in A flat. Horn in A. Horn in B flat. That's horn in B flat alto, because I think you have B flat alto, B flat basso, B alto, B basso, and then C is just down. I think maybe operas transpose up. Most orchestral stuff that I've seen transposes down. It's a weird, horn's such a weird instrument, man. Little Strauss for you. All right, natural horn. Natural horn has been completed. And now we have flexibility exercises, which are quite fun. 88. If I can do them right. Once these ones go down low, start high and go low, and it's pretty tricky for me down there. You can tell, not going to be active in chat since I'm studying on the side, but I'm still listening. Hey, I love that, Lucifer. I appreciate that. We love lurkers. I am a lurker by default. I much prefer to just hang out and observe and find good vibes, and so I get it. I appreciate you being here, friend, sincerely. You can tell when I'm doing these, like, as these go down, exactly where my range, where my break range happens, where it starts to get really difficult to do the slurs down in a nice and delicate way. It's really apparent there, so there's a good exercise for that in particular. It is particular. Okay. Bro is really focusing there. I mean, what do you do when you run out of breath? When I run out of breath, I breathe. Not quite sure. Yeah, I take a breath. So I try and do as many of those phrases in one breath as I can, and then try and, you know, take a big full breath and do as many more as I can. Yo, Daniel Basubalan, what's good, friend? Good to see you. Appreciate it, Berkamanden. Thank you so much for the kind words. It's it's rough because, like, the part that's hard for me in particular is when the range gets to about between probably an F and then the B flat below. So, like, is the range in which I really have to do drastic movements with my corners, bringing them down, drop my jaw, slow down my air, and really make sure that my embouchure is secure and there's like brr, I don't know, secure, solid foundation down low. So it's like once I get down below that, like I can noodle around down there, but it's the register shift as it is known, where you change between a higher embouchure set and a lower embouchure set that is tricky. Oh, I only thought you could do them in one breath. It didn't really sound like you were breathing since there wasn't any apparent pauses. No, that's all good. So what I was trying to do, for example, there's a few different ways you can do it. I was trying to do it previously by doing some and then having a big break and a big pause. I would also go back and change the ones that weren't done correctly in time. And then you can also do it as a sort of quasi-Caruso, where you keep the embouchure, the mouthpiece on your embouchure in between the rests and everything, and you breathe through your nose. So that's really good for ironing out those break movements. So you keep the embouchure engaged here. You can breathe through the corners of your mouth, but it helps to prevent shifting of the horn up or down to like maneuver stuff around. So it really narrows in, hones in on one embouchure that you can really strengthen and lock into. Or yeah, you could just breathe kind of whenever. But I'm kind of shifting between a couple things to train different things while I'm going through those. So nothing to apologize for. We're all learning. It's a good time. Learning to play guitar, dude. Love that. What are you working on anything in particular? Or are you just doing like scales exercises, spiders? Make sure you're doing your spiders, man. They suck, but like, you gotta do them. All right, one more flexibility, then lip trills, and then we'll get into the good stuff. That's a really hard partial to start on. Holy cow. Oh, goodness. All right, that one was a bit rough today, especially down those lower partials. But that's why we're going to do lip trills next and hopefully reinforce those. You must have like really good breath control, breath to do any type of brass instrument. I would agree with that. I would definitely agree with that. And not just for brass instruments. You know, you might not think about it, but woodwinds need especially certain woodwinds need a tremendous amount of air. Any instrument needs a good foundation of air support to make it sound good at all. And you might not think about it, but like, think about a flute. A flute needs so much air because like 95% of it just goes straight out in front of you. It doesn't even make contact with the instrument. Only just very, very little actually goes into the instrument because it's just a shaving off the little bit, you know? Like, you need a lot because you're just blowing out directly in front of you. How long can you do that? That's crazy. That's some breath right there. 30 minutes. Yes! Appreciate it because now we're talking, we're kind of stalling. 5 minutes is our goal for lip trills. So at about 39, 40 minutes, we're gonna try and move on. All right. Did y'all hear that? Did y'all hear that just now? I was doing that was popping into a lip trill. That's why we do these exercises, so that my lips can go and just pop into a trill. That was fucking cool. Let's see if we can do that again. Hold on. Oh, they want to. They're trying to like pop into, because what you're trying to do there is get into the space in between where those two notes sit, so that you can rapidly change between them, thus achieving a trill. And so doing these exercises, it's really good for flicking between the two pitches very, very rapidly with increasing speed. And what's supposed to happen is your lips basically, it's supposed to like pop into the trill when you get into that right, perfect, sweet middle spot in between the two notes. So that's kind of what we're training ourselves to find. And when it pops in, it's only happened like, maybe this is like the second or third time I think that it's popped into a trill, and that's dopamine right there. Just instant, pure dopamine. So let's see if let's do a few more. We're at 37. We still got a couple minutes of lip trills. And it's harder too. Oh goodness, sorry, I missed some chats. Does not hurt when you do it for too long. I mean, your ears, your mouth. I don't know, like how do you feel after a long session? Because when I get off violin for a good hour or an hour and a half, I feel a bit of shoulder pain. Maybe my forearm hurts a bit since maybe my posture and how I hold the instrument isn't ideal. It's just a very weird position to be in. It feels pretty unnatural even after 2 years of doing it. I take breaks since I feel cramps if I do it for too long. Absolutely. Abso-freaking-lutely, yes. So something that I've been trying to do better about is so the horn. The way I play, some people play it. I'll back up a little bit to demonstrate. Some people play it floating, right? So off the leg. And that's really good, especially if you're going to be playing a solo, something stood up, or if you got bells up, something being used to having it, resting on your right hand here, supporting the weight with your arm. It's useful to have that. For me personally, I play it with the bell resting on my leg, so supporting it it's my leg is doing the work for that. It's not my arm, but even still my shoulder here, because I am a little precise and rigid with how I'm holding my arm, and right hand technique is actually surprisingly nuanced for horn. And so holding it relatively secure and precisely, intentionally for so long is, it screws up the way my shoulder's at. But yeah, thankfully these headphones are pretty comfortable on my ears. I don't need to take breaks from these. My shoulder will sometimes give me some problems, so I actually intend to get back into yoga and stretch that out a little bit. And then for my mouth, my mouth will get tired, though it's okay. McName, what are we doing? What are we doing here? Are these like disorders, or why are these? It looks like I can recognize certain parts of these words, but what's going on? Anyways, so my mouth does hurt. It gets tired, I would say. Pain is not really something you want to experience. But there's a difference between pain, like ow and bad, versus tiredness, soreness, fatigue, right? So you want to stop before it gets to the pain part. And typically it won't be like around here where the mouthpiece is, because I'm being intentional, and I've worked on, when I was younger, not using a ton of pressure. So I'm not jamming the mouthpiece into my mouth against my teeth, right? So my lips here don't hurt. It's usually my corners, my bottom lip here, especially, as I've been working on my embouchure and low range in particular. You really need a good bottom lip, a firm, secure bottom lip. So all these tiny muscles that make up the ring around your mouth and then in your cheeks, those get very, very sore and tired. The longest word in English. Gotcha. Okay. All right. It looks like, so pneumo is like lungs, and then osis, eosis being like a disorder or condition of. So that's some sort of like, that's some lung or pulmonary pneumo something disorder. Maybe, is my guess. Skumfidus is Danish and it means marshmallow. Dude, seriously? That's pretty fucking cool. How is my pronunciation? Is it Skumfidus? 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 My Danish is non-existent, so I apologize for butchering it. Anyways, I'd say we did our lip trills. I'd say for today, lip trills are good. Let's get that shit out of here. Let's play some actual stuff, huh? Work on a little Kopprasch. And just because we want to make sure that we are doing these correctly and as written. I sound Swedish. Damn it! I always get Swedish when I try and go for Danish. It's a personal failing of mine. My northern and Scandinavian, Nordic, European is so bad, so I do apologize. I am only American. And even worse than that, I'm Floridian, so it's like I kind of didn't have any shot. Anyways, let's try a little Kopprasch. These first few, I'm probably just going to go through them relatively quickly because they're not technically all that difficult. They're just mostly scale studies. All right. One. One, two. That's not the right note. Not bad, not bad. Eroverna sounds low-key good. Hey, thank you. You pronounced the U like a Danish. So I pronounce the U like a Danish Y. So like, sorry, that automatically just like fried my brain. I straight up have no idea how that would work. Do I play Minecraft? I actually don't, which is weird. I've never played Minecraft, but I love like Terraria, other like crafting survival sort of games. But Minecraft, for whatever reason, I never got into. Unfortunately, my mic is low key cooking. So is that cooking good or cooking bad? Because I've been messing with my filters to try and, because some of the notes weren't picking up when I had like compression and limiting and all that kind of stuff on. So just want to make sure cooking yay, cooking nay. All right, so that was Kopprasch 1. You know, it's easy, right? There's nothing really to it. Okay, so we've got one saying cooking bad, one saying cooking good. It's all right, all good. I appreciate it. If it is okay, then I think we're good. Except not my camera. What the hell, man? Can we like focus on my face? All right, cool. All right. Let's try. So number 1, it's easy scale study. Number 2 is a little more difficult. It's just scale in thirds. Again, super easy. Let's see how we remember. Because 3. Oh, 3 is a good one. 3 will probably rest or like work out for a little bit because it's a scale with articulation, which is going to be very helpful. Yeah, everything's cooking. But and another thing that I was intentionally doing on this etude here is I was playing a lot louder than I normally would intentionally because I'm trying to like exaggerate the pianos, the crescendos, the fortes, and all that. So it might have been peaking a little bit, which actually I can see if I can. maybe make that a little bit better there. So maybe that might help it cook a little bit better when I'm going way too loud, louder than I would normally play, right? Just as a dynamic study part of this. But all right, number 2. It's not the right note. All right. Again, the really only difficult part on that one is just where it goes low and quiet. So like not bad. Not bad, not bad, not bad. Poco Allegro. Oh yeah. We did work on this one a little bit before, I remember. Yo, namaste to you, Suki. How are you, friend? Good to see you. Going through a little bit of Kopprasch stuff, because I know as soon as I get into real lessons and classes, first thing they're probably gonna have me do is play some Kopprasch. So might as well get it now while we're in a comfortable situation. All right. Let's do this again and correctly. Doing good. Hey, glad to hear it. I'm also doing pretty well. I'm having feels like a decently good day of practice today. We popped into a lip trill for like a half a split second, so that was fun. And yeah, it's been real good. Okay. Two, three, one. Do that again. We'll do that again. Because I also think I'm practicing it faster now than I have worked it out, which is a little difficult, or a little weird. Alright. As a prog rock / metal drummer, I have no idea what you're talking about. Love that. It's a great opportunity for me to learn. Hey, it's a great opportunity for everyone to learn. I love learning about, and especially prog and metal. Dude, you have a comprehension of rhythms that I will never have. Like, I struggle. You give me, like, 7s and 9s in my key or time signature. You give me polyrhythms and hemiolas and anything like that, and I'm just, whoop. Nope. My ass checks out. I play bass in a big band. Dude, that's freaking awesome. You play music with others in your spare time. I'm gonna start with ideally. I'm working on getting into the local community college for a couple music theory classes and ensembles. So like the Wind Symphony, a brass ensemble I would like to participate in. So, and apart from that, just like find some classmates and record some brass stuff, some woodwind quintet, some chamber music, some horn choir stuff. Like I intend to. That's gonna be pretty freaking cool. I love doing horn quartets, tripperies and fripperies, and little Beethoven horn trios. That's the thing, is there's so many good like horn ensemble pieces, but I can't play them by myself. You know? So like definitely takes a lot of time to get the time signatures right. A lot of time. It would probably take me longer to get it right than I think I have left on this earth. Which segues nicely into, yo, Nemarco, how's it going, friend? I am 34. I'm old as shit. Oh, goodness. And the last time I studied horn, I was 21. So 2019. It was, yes, I had just turned 19. It was after my freshman year of college. So we're shaking off the rust, and it's you know, you never really want to have a 15-year hiatus between playing your instrument, but that's life, I guess. Okay, let's actually play this thing. Okay, I think I got it. I mean, as a drummer, I think the rhythms just come naturally because of the domain. Yeah, for sure. Just more of backing the beat rather than playing melodies, which doesn't have much of an odd time. So the prog stuff that I've heard ever has been like Dream Theater a little bit, Rush to an extent. I think like earlier prog. But the if you're familiar with An Endless Sporadic, the song Impulse, it was on like Guitar Hero 3 or something. That's kind of what I think about when I think of like prog. It's like little snippet of something weird, completely like off the rails, and then 5 seconds later shifts into a completely other different like and it's all like completely different styles and flavors as they're going. It's like like all these sort of that I can never like. Even as it was coming down the Guitar Hero fretboard, I was like, this does not work. But, yeah. And I started on percussion. I know fours very well. Twos, threes, but you start getting more than that, and I check out. That's why I have notes instead of rhythms. Keep practice. Hey, you sound good. Thank you. I appreciate it. See you later, friend. Have a good rest of your day. All right. All right. Let's actually do this thing. Almost. Everything is 4/4 if you're brave. I want to get that on a t-shirt. That's like really... You're onto something with that. Suki out here spitting facts. I don't know why, but that's like... I love everything is 4/4 if you're brave. Oh, goodness. All right. It's already been an hour. I think there's some goblins teasing us. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm telling you. It's fucking... Like, how has it already been an hour? We just got started. We only just did our scales. And now we're like, only just now starting etudes. But it's been so much fun. It's just like, whoo, time sure flies, man. Gotta do some quant analysis. Friggin' genius over here. Prog rock drummer and quantitative analysis. I am in awe. Have fun. Have a great rest of your day, friend. I'll see you next time. All right. Let's get the ending of this correct. Hang on a second. It sort of works. Okay. Sorry, account created 1 hour ago. My headphones broken in chat. No. You ain't slick. Pizza or burger? Happy music or sad music? Pop or rock? 1 or 2, green or blue, cap or hat, winter or summer? Okay. Thank you for the questions. Let's see. I would probably rather... Probably burger. Happy music over sad, for sure. Rock over pop. 1 or 2 depends on the context, but generically I would say probably 2. Cap or hat, to me, I use the terms interchangeably, so they're the same. I would say a baseball cap versus like a beanie like this, if that helps. A baseball cap is more my style, I think. Definitely Sunter. Definitely summer. Summer over winter. I'm a Florida guy, so summer's kind of baked into my DNA. It gets down to like 50 degrees or something at night, and I start to bundle. You see all the blankets on the bed. It's yeah. I don't do well in the winter. All right. Sunter. No, Sunter. No, don't bring that evil on me. Also, evil hag. Good to see you, friend. How you doing? All right, let's do this whole saunter. You can't be dropping all this Danish shit on me, dude. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm an ignorant American. You have to treat me with the kid gloves. All right. Kopprasch number 3, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, friends, Romans, countrymen. Lend me your ears. Or don't, because it might not sound good. But we'll see. Nope. That was kind of there. Hey. All right. Honestly, I'd say we're pretty good with Kopprasch number 3. Haven't done the transpositions on any of these, but that's because I don't want to. It's not that I don't want to. Transpositions are just, they're not fun to me. Like, I understand historically why things are transposed, but it's just annoying to do, you know? Oh my god, what are these? I don't know any of these words. Rod grod med fjord? What did you just have me say? What did I just say horribly? Am I gonna play some guitar one day? Maybe. I don't know. I'm much worse at guitar than I have ever been at French horn. Like, even at my beginning, like day 1 of French horn, probably sounds better than what day 1 of guitar would sound like. So, I don't know. We'll see. You got a lot better at French horn. Just wanted to say thank you, Evil Hag. I have been feeling this past week and a half, 2 weeks, that I've really started to feel like I'm getting back to what I used to be able to do. And that's been just so gratifying. I sounded Swedish again. Dadgummit. I think I only just have like one accent for most. I think my Swedish and Danish are this in my head, and I don't know that there's any way to decouple them. So I do sincerely apologize. I am ashamed. I am ashamed. Anyways, that's all right. We're going to be playing by Camille Saint-Saëns, the Morceau de Concert. Fun little piece. I played this for my freshman year first semester jury, and it was decent. I think I got an A in the studio overall, but probably like a B or a C on the performance of this piece. So we'll see. See if I can remember it. That's it. 1. One second. Are we trying to make you speak different languages? Apparently. I don't know why y'all would do this to me. Y'all, welcome back, Lucifer. The only Saint-Saëns piece that I know is the Danse Macabre. That is a great piece. That is a wonderful piece. I think he's also got a pretty famous romance. Maybe there's a few more, but not one that I'm also very familiar with. Only, yeah, just the big ones. Morceau de Concert, Danse Macabre. I think he's got a romance, and that might be it. That might be all. All right, so let's clean this up a little bit because it's not. It's B flats there, my guy. All right. So, if I can remember the key signature in this 8 measures before rehearsal 1, close enough. Yo, Berkamanden. See you later, friend. Thanks for stopping by. Have a great rest of your day, friend. Take breaks, and whenever I do have one, I come to chat. I appreciate you letting me know, my guy. You're the reward for the study session, bro. You see this right here? This right here? Y'all are too kind. Sincerely. Like, I really appreciate you saying that. Oh goodness! All right, we gotta play some music. Y'all gonna make me emotional. Roughly, so it's a, it's the exposition. It is the theme upon which we will now variate. We will switch it up. I don't know. Is variate like variation a variate? I don't know. Do you ever get people who are rude or doubt you on social media because that's bound to get the mood down? And how do you deal with it? Honestly, I don't do social media. I just don't. I haven't in a couple of years. I think early this year I deleted my Facebook. I never really had a Twitter, never had an Instagram, Snapchat. I scroll on Reddit. That's like my guilty pleasure on occasion, but mostly it's just like I'll scroll through, be like, yikes, and throw it away, and come back tomorrow. But honestly, I don't engage as much as I can. I honestly just stay away from it, because for me, what I found to give myself joy is like making music, spending time out in my garden with my chickens, with my dog, you know, cooking. I love to cook for my girlfriend and spend time with her and like all this stuff. And that kind of stuff is what I like to spend my time doing, as opposed to like any sort of social media stuff. Is considering Twitch as social media and YouTube. That's true. That's fair. And I do engage with YouTube a lot, but only certain. It's very heavily curated, right? So it's only the people that I know and enjoy and trust, and they have a general positivity message. Like, I don't engage with rage bait shit. I don't engage with like drama stuff. Like, I'm 34, you guys. I'm too old for that mess, like I got other shit I got to do. It for what it's worth. But so as much as I can, I just avoid, I think. But I do, and Twitch, like, I stream to it. I used to watch a lot more than I do, but like, I don't really watch much Twitch. I just kind of still have my account from when I used to stream games, so it's kind of like, hey, here's maybe an outlet or a path to stream to. Hey, pond bird, you are not the biggest bird. I'm the biggest bird. Do you hear me? I'm the biggest bird. That's fine. You're allowed to be the biggest bird. I'm happy for you. I'm a 5'10" bird, like 135 pounds, soaking wet. So you know what? More power to you, friend. Social media sucks. I also only have Reddit. Social media drains people in general, 100%. And I will notice on a day where I scroll on Reddit longer than I normally do, I feel worse. Like if it's my front page, it's different because I've got like, Florida Gators, I've got r/guitar, I've got r/horn, I have, adorable animals and pets and awe and, all the fun stuff. So if I'm just scrolling on my personal main page, it's again heavily curated and it's got a much better vibe, I think, than Reddit at large. But if I ever go to like r/all, may God have mercy on your soul. Because yeah, that's just an instant way to ruin whatever mood you had previously. Yeah. Thank you, Evil Hag. I appreciate that. It helps whenever I used to have a beard. Probably not too long before I started playing horn. And I would notice like in here getting some grays that would pop out, and when my hair is down, I've got a lot more grays that pop out. So the camera and lighting is doing me a lot of favors here. And you can't quite make out my crow's feet and all this mess, but all right. Morceau de concert. Let's we've had enough of a rest. Let's actually, before we do it, recovery notes. Don't forget in your practice, take some recovery notes, if applicable. Cool. And then by the third of the pedal tones, you're generally in a looser, more reset, more comfortable position. It's a massage for your chops. as Julie fucking Landsman put it. Okay. So the second one is the legato triplet part. So you had exposition, sort of fanfare, blah, 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 and then variation 1 is legato and triplet. Variation 2 is going to be very staccato, very accented, very 16th note. So it's a little bit of a different feel, but you know, it's very, if you've heard variation on a theme, you've heard variation on a theme. Yeah, I was running out of steam there towards the end. But it's okay, so we've played through it. Now let's play it well. Oh, excuse me. 2 or 3? 2 or 3 what? You would get partial credit in math class because you did not include your units. 2 or 3 entirely depends on the unit. Mm-hmm. Almost. No, I understand the question. I understand the question, and I indulged 1 or 2 based on hypotheticals. 1 or 2 generally I would take 2 over 1. But since we're now delving deeper into an extension of this hypothetical question, I am extending a hypothetical to you where I'm saying 2 or 3 what? Because then that would change my answer. I'm turning the tables. The tables have turned. Mm-hmm. Ah! Just like coffee or tea. I like coffee or tea. I would say in that case 2. 3 seems like a bit much. But see, it's very like, if you're saying instead like Hershey's Kisses or M&M's, I would have said 3. Guaranteed. Coffees though, I stop at 2. Definitely. No problem, dude. So I hear you, Lucifer. I'm not, gonna read it and bring it up to the chat. I can't help you. At some point, I'm just a guy playing French horn on the internet, and it is kind of like, I certainly don't want you to discourage you from hanging out and sharing, but there's only so much that that we can offer in this kind of a setting. I sincerely wish you all the best, and I hope that you can break out of this rut. And I'm here for you. For whatever I can do. I am certainly here to provide maybe some entertainment and some fellowship, some companionship, such as it is. But yeah, I really hope you can persevere, my friend. Just being here is enough. It's enough for me too, bud. I'm glad you're here. 2 or 4. Oh, jeez. 2 or 4. All right, so here we go. I'm gonna turn it around on you a little bit. 2 or 4 in terms of the Mozarts. You've got 4 Mozart concertos. I'm gonna say 4 over 2. And in fact, now that you got me thinking about it, we could play a little Mozart 4. After the more so, we're gonna finish this up just a little bit, and then move to Mozart 4, because McName, you have inspired me. Mozart 4. After more so. Actually wasn't too bad. I feel good with morceau de concert today. Made some practice. Dipped your toes in... dipped my toes back in the waters. Refamiliarized myself. Now let's have some fun with Mozart 4. Okay, 4 or 5. You're telling me 5 is your favorite number? That's pretty freaking cool. I don't know that I have a favorite number. I'd have to think about it. But between 4 or 5... Between 4 or 5, I would probably say... That's actually tough. I really like 5 too. That's tricky. You know what? Give me a minute to think on that. And by the way, Lucifer, don't ever feel like you're a burden. We're all good, man. I just like having you here to hang out, you know? No worries. We're all here for each other, dude. It's all good. Don't worry about it. I think I'm going to say 5. I think you've talked me into it, and I think 5. I don't know. That's actually tough. No, we're gonna stay with 4. I'm gonna stay with 4, and I'll tell you why. 5 is fine and good, but Mozart 4, I've got 4 buttons on my horn. And actually, I think that might have been it. So I think we're gonna stick with 4. Yes. Final answer. All right. Now, where does this damn thing start? Because they give you a lot of... This is a... I rail and I rage against the Schirmer. This company, Schirmer, for their publications of the Mozart concertos and Strauss. Enjoy your walk, Lucifer. I appreciate it, friend. Hope you have a great rest of your day. Enjoy nature. Enjoy the sunshine. Hope you feel better, bud. 4 is your favorite number. 2. Told you we could get it. Told you we could get it. We just had to logic and reason our way into it. But so I was talking about the Schirmer because it adds, this is supposed to be the solo piece, but it starts off with a half a page of garbage. That this is not the solo. The solo starts right here. I've marked it. All this is just filler and bullshit. Like, why would you give me the section horns part when it's presumably the solo? You know? It's just like, who does that? That's not bad. Nope. because I am 4 years old. Okay. You keep making those kinds of jokes, and we're gonna have to ban you because I'm pretty sure that's against TOS. So I'm going to operate on the assumption that that is a joke because you spell very well for a 4-year-old. Your typing is very good for someone who is 4 years old. I'm going to say that is a joke. 4 or 6. Honestly, I probably stick with 4. 6 is less attractive to me than 5. Probably. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what any of this means. Sticking with 4 because we're doing Mozart 4. Yeah. I just play with you, dude. I know you're not 4. Tough. These are tough little runs for the end of practice in particular. Whew. Whew, 4 or 7? If it wasn't going to be 5 or 6, it's definitely not 7. No shot at 7. 7 is like the worst of everything so far, except for like, and 1 is number 2. So it's 7 is the worst, then 1, then probably 3 to 5. 7 is right out. 0%. Ow. Yo, 4 or 8? I would still stick with 4. Have a good one. McName, thank you for stopping by. I appreciate your questions and your silliness. I really like the levity that your questions have brought. Enjoy the rest of your day, my friend, and I will see you later. Bye. Oh my goodness, my chops are so tired. I don't know that the B flats are necessarily remaining in my chops at an hour 48 of practice, so I'm not going to stress too hard about the B flats. Ow. Hello, yo, instant lemon. Just add lemon. Sorry, that was rude of me. How's it going? How are you, friend? And pickleball from my mom in chat. Everyone say hi to Pond Mom in chat. Playing pickleball. What's up? You're supposed to be at pickleball camp, aren't you? Or did you get back already? Whew. My goodness gracious, that is Mozart 4. First movement by the skin of our teeth. Steampy, what's going on, friend? I have not tried the new update yet. I didn't realize it had already come out. But I've watched a few videos from Dex on the, what is it, the graveyard crypt area, and there's like a freaking like big skelly ghosty bosses and crypt keys and stuff to collect. It looks really cool. And a new character! Yeah, it looks really hard. I'm watching, before I started practicing today, I saw video from Dex like yesterday, I think, where he's like unlocking the new character with Athena, and it looks like pretty nuts. It's definitely something I got to get back into. I got to try it. Oh, and of course you've already got everything. Of course you do. I wouldn't expect anything less. I would be surprised if you didn't. What's your, have you been score chasing? Still working on Dragonfire? How have you found the new map, Steepy, and new character? Dex Sword is a must, and the Ice Cube as well. I can see, I mean, Dex Sword is always fucking good. Dex and Joe's and Ice Cube is, I really like the Ice Cube. Is it because there's ghosts just ambiently now, right? So it's like the instant kill and the slow is like super meta. The new map's kind of meh. That sucks. But I saw, so like, don't you have new collectibles and stuff too? Plus difficulty and plus experience gain? That's like, it's pretty crazy. You can scale up pretty good. Oh, and it's 15 minutes. That's true. I forgot about that. That's really cool. Yeah, dude, now I'm excited to play. I got to get back into it. I did one run, maybe 2 plank runs, like last week or maybe the week before, but I don't think I got out of the first stage. Oh, I'm so bad. All right, let's see if we can clean up some of this stuff in the last 7 minutes of chat, of practice. What am I? My brain is fried right now, effectively. Going too low down on that partial. Instead of the D, I'm hitting like a B flat 9th partial something. Um, 15 minutes just to farm those. Oh, I see. So now it's, instead of 10-minute first floor, now you got 15, so it's an extra 5 minutes, and then maybe you reset after that point, or like just don't have a good run at that point. I can see that. One item that I like, called the Stainless Pot, that adds more levels to your tome and weapons. What? That's kind of nuts. That's so interesting. Oh, but there's only one graveyard. Oh, I see. I see now. Huh. Yeah, that's crazy. I gotta boot that thing back up. The problem with this passage is like it can kind of all be done natural horn, or at least on many combination of fingerings that like all work for all of the other notes. So it's like annoying. Oh my god. Chops are dead. Whew. Goodness. Oh, I got you. So it's like 5 for weapons and 10 for 10 levels on your tomes? What? That's great. Is it can you stack it? Can you get to like level 200 tomes? Like what? What the what? That's freaking crazy. Like level 45, 50s for the... And you can stack it. Might be 10 for the weapons. Dude, holy hell. They're cooking with that one. They're cooking with that one. Oh, goodness. All right. You know what? We've almost made practice time. Mozart 4, you've been fun. Sort of. But now I want you to get out of my face. Because we've almost made practice. Almost made practice. Let's do a little cling number 20. It's a good one to... Practice time! Yes! Tomes don't do much late game? I mean, depends on the tome. You know, you got like level 100 Chaos Tome. You telling me that 10 extra levels in a Chaos Tome at the late game wouldn't go pretty hard? 10 levels of damage tome? I think difficulty and XP would cap, and luck probably doesn't make sense, but like a few of them maybe. Looks like I got a movie to watch in the future. You're gonna watch Welcome to Derry? Oh man, that's where we disagree. I have zero interest in any of the its. I don't do well with clowns. So yeah. But I'm happy that you're excited for it, and I hope you enjoy it. I hope it is everything that because the first two were like, by all accounts, just good movies. It's just not one that I can watch. And I don't like horror too much anyways. We've talked about this. Yeah. I know. I remember. I know you're big into your horror stuff. Which is really freaking cool. We are not the same. Very much so. All right, let's do a little this, a little bit of that, and then maybe some warm down with chromatics, and I think we'll be good for today. Let's see. Actually. What? That's not right. Okay, that's not even the one that we were trying to do. Maybe I don't have feeling from watching the horror stuff. Yeah, I mean, if I would say you're probably like desensitized to it. Yeah, and I've never really watched many. Like I remember, my older sister had a birthday party many years ago. Who had so it was I think it was their 13th birthday or something, and so we got a bunch of PG-13 rated horror movies, scary movies. The only one that I remember of which was The Ring, which like it's not really like scary, more as it's just like unsettling and like I mean it was scary and suspenseful and all this stuff, and I was like, nope, I am not a fan. I do not like this feeling of anxiety and terror and dread. I'm going to die. So yeah, it's not really my forte. And then I think I watched like Freddy vs. Jason. I saw The Haunting of Hill House a few years back, and I actually kind of liked that one. That one was okay. I didn't watch Bly Manor, and that might be like my only real experience with horror, quote unquote. So it's just kind of like, I am not desensitized to it. I still get worked up, and I feel like I am going to die, and I have nightmares after a horror movie. Because I already have an experience of ghost-ish when I was working for delivering food with my bike on the nighttime as well. So you're out there in the night, in the dead of night, horror movies in your brain, danger lurking around every corner. Was delivering food for this one house. The security guard said, 2 people, right? And I just said yes because I have an earbud on a horror podcast. 2 people? 2 people? Steampy? Who was the second? So you asked him again. Uh-oh. Oh no, I think there's 2 names. It's not like it wasn't like a security camera. And I was thinking they were seeing like a person on the back of your bike with you. Oh, your bike plate has. I got you. I was picturing like this was like a scary story. Like they were looking at the security camera and they see you and they're like, "Oh, who's your friend?" Like on you with the bike as like a ghost that's on, but it was only me. Ah. I thought that's where you were going with that. But that's annoying. So like your plate is assigned to you and to somebody else. That's just really stupid. So you did ask for security footage. Excellent. Okay. And then there is a person on my back. Dude, what did I say? Didn't I say? Oh, you're giving like I don't know if you can. No, you can't tell. That was like because like I'm picturing it and I'm like scaring myself. It's a banshee. What we called. I'm gonna. Let me sound this out. It's a Pontianak? Woman with long hair with a white outfit? Okay, I gotcha. I'm familiar with the general idea. So that was that on your back in the security footage? Are you joking? Do you still have it? Because, like, you should definitely share. I want to see that shit. No wonder my bike feels heavier. Yeah, you were carrying a whole ass Pontianak. On, you got a free ride. I hope you charged your cab fare. That's just rude. You just stayed at that guard's house for like 2 hours? I would have stayed until the sun. Yes. Absolutely. Abso-freaking-lutely. I would have shat myself. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. We won't see. Anyways. last bit of practice. We gotta finish here. Oh my goodness. In our culture's belief, you can't immediately go home because that thing's gonna follow you to your home as well. Oh, I gotcha. So instead, you let it hang out at the security guard's house because like they can handle it. There's security. It was like 3 years ago. I have a lot of horror moments just from delivering food. To me, that's kind of fun to see that thing actually exists. Because in my eyes, maybe that banshee is tired and needed a lift. I can't argue with that. You know, it must be a pretty exhausting existence to constantly be, you know, demonized and shunned just because your job, you know, that's what you got to do is, you know, whatever the woman has to do. That area is known as a horror spot. So you were delivering at night by yourself to a known haunted area that you just don't give a damn because you're just doing your work. Holy cow, dude. We are not the same. You are built different. My ass would not have accepted that. I would not have accepted that delivery. Oh, geez. You know what I want to do? There's number 9. A little of this. That was kind of it. For having not practiced it in a few days, we kind of got it a little. Oh my goodness. Low range is not there for me right now. I think that's probably going to be about it for practice. So I say time. Hell yeah. Oh goodness. So tell my friend it is what it is. If I ever got that experience, I will make sure that we one of the best experiences. I even delivered food like a swamp area as well. While waiting for the customer to come pick up their food, I can hear some voices calling me, like small voices, like calling me to see that spot where the sound come from. Yeah. School is more scary when delivering food at nighttime. You can see kids running around at like 10 p.m. But like, you're telling me these are not real children, but apparitions? Spirits? Dude, that's crazy. That's fucking crazy. That's not real kids. No, sir. Nuh-uh. Even asked the guard why I see kids running around. He said he's never had that experience. Excellent. Well, thank you, Steampy, for giving me nightmares. But I gotta get going. Holy cow! Maybe you got the gift. Maybe so. You know, maybe you're particularly attuned to whatever. I don't know. I'm not super big into like ghosts and supernatural stuff myself in real life, but you know, I can't argue with your experience, surely. So that's fucking wild. That's actually crazy. Yeah, maybe you got too much horror stuff on your brain. That could certainly be the case. But anyways, I gotta get going. Thanks for hanging out. Steampy, Lemon, McName, Two Birds, my mother, of course, Evil Hag, Burkamandin, Lucifer, I know many of you have left Suki, Nemarco, and Daniel Bosselbalan. I think that's everybody, and Aeroverma. And I think I got Instant Lemon as well. Thank you, everyone, for hanging out. If I missed anyone, I apologize, but you probably have left already, so it doesn't matter. Anyways, hope y'all have a great rest of your day. Steampy, I will be expecting some more horror stories tomorrow. Oh. Anyways, see y'all later. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see y'all. Bye.